Hello everybody, welcome to today's video lesson. We are talking about the fish sign in palmistry. It's mainly used in Indian and Vedic type palmistry. It's not something that modern palm readers use. I don't actually ever specifically look for this sign on the palms, but it is definitely very interesting. To me, it's interesting because somebody looked at my hand once and they said that I had the fish sign, and they said lots of good things about it. So I was very happy about that at the time. Anyway, it is not an easy sign to detect, and it's also looks nothing like this fish in this photo. I just did that for fun. What do you think about my avatar? I'm just bringing a little bit of fun into some of my videos. Okay, so let's go back to it. So it is a confusing sign, and it is quite rare as well. So I will attempt to explain to you the fish sign. So first of all, what does it look like? There can be different types of fish. Mainly, it is an oblong circle with a pointed end. I'm just going to draw it really big so you can see on this. Kind of with a pointed end with two tails. As such. Or if you're looking at it the other way, it looks like that. In the Chinese, you would have like two open-ended triangles. The Chinese fish symbol looks, well, that's a bit dodgy. Let's try that one again. Looks more like a almost like a diamond. Something like that. So the Indians palmistry uses like the tail, and the Chinese do the fins. That's how I imagine it anyway. So sometimes if it's a proper true fish sign, it will be thusly, and it will have a dot or a whirl for an eye. That would look quite cool, wouldn't it? So that is the rarest of them all, to actually have a whirl at part of the hand print. To have a whirl on your hand print is rare, and if you have a whirl and then a fish around it, that's even more rare. So there are various beliefs on the meaning of the fish, and it is said if it's at the end of the lifeline on the dominant hand, that ensures significant fortune, good luck, or significant spirituality during the life. If at the beginning of the lifeline, that shows much potential for an intelligent child. In the middle of the palm, some say that it can suggest struggles, but someone who's very spiritual and cares much for others. Also, if the fish is on a man's hand, it can be different, especially in the traditional meanings from India, because many of the women did not go to work, and they might have relied on a good husband. So on a man, it symbolizes enormous success, and on the woman, good fortune and a caring and financially supportive partner, and she will also have children or a large family. And try not to confuse the fish sign with the infinity sign, which infinity is literally like an 8, but in the symbols in palmistry, it can also be like that. The infinity symbol, also known as the nutcracker, and that is represents luck to the spouse of the person, so slightly different meaning. The places where you mostly find the fish sign, and some traditional palm readers say that it can only be found in two places. That is in the Ketu area, which I call the Neptune, which is in this area here, or in the Rahu, which I call the Uranus area here. If it's found on those areas, it would be potentially made up of some of the lines, such as the fate line. So you might have the fish like that, or down the bottom you might have the fish like that. So the Rahu is the north node of Luna, the mount of moon. So the mount of moon is this area here, and the Rahu is the north node, and the Ketu down at the lower part of the palm is the south node. And I believe the Vedic astrologers or palm readers call it the head of the dragon and the tail of the dragon. It's a pretty bad looking fish I've got there. It's not really a very good drawing, but that doesn't matter. We know kind of what to expect. Okay, so these are supposed to be the main areas where the fish sign is found mostly. However, I have seen it in other places, and I'll talk about each area of the hand as well. First, we'll talk about these. One is facing up and the other one is facing down. The head down, tail up position. That is supposed to suggest some success or a spiritual time later, after the age of 50, so later in your life. If the fish sign is up high at the Rahu area, the Uranus, then as well as that, as if it's looking upwards, pointing upwards, that would be representing an earlier period, so before the age of 50. So the fish sign down at the bottom of the palm is representing somebody who is grounded and spiritual. If the fish sign happens to be facing the sides, like sideways, either way, it could be here for instance, or there, facing sideways, it is supposed to symbolize luck and success for the whole entire life span of the person. If the fish sign is on the Jupiter mount, that is under the index finger, that is a symbol of power and honor and respect. It would be, I imagine it would be very rare to have one there, and it is also symbolizes leadership and a pleasant person who is possibly religious and a spiritual type of person. On the Saturn mount depicts a organized and disciplined person. It would represent some things like the occult sciences or philosophical matters. The Apollo and the Sun is always about creative things and fame and fortune. And on the Mount of Moon, it can represent success in a creative career such as writing, and there may also be travel involved. I imagine the rarest place to have a fish sign would be on the Mount of Mercury and the Mount of Venus. However, if you consider the meanings of the mounts, having one on the Mount of Mercury could potentially point to a luck in business, and on the Mount of Venus it might be luck in love, family, possibly somebody very traditional in their life outlook. I'll see if I've got another slide. Yes, one more, look at that, tick. Okay, so the last thing I just wanted to mention was the Chinese fish sign. So the Chinese fish sign is most often at the end of the lifeline. So it would have the overlapping two open-ended triangles, and this fish would be facing downwards, and they are supposed to represent a peaceful life, which is quite nice. And if it was up the top, now I don't know what I'm drawing here. If the fish is at the top of the palm and the tail crosses a finger, like right up high, that is supposed to indicate good money, success, wealth, that kind of thing. But mostly it is at the end of the lifeline, and that represents a spiritual person with a calming nature, someone who can calm people in tense situations, or if somebody's really getting flustered, like potentially in an accident or something like that, then people with these signs can help keep them calm. Obviously, other indicators on the hand will tell all these type of things as well. So before you jump to conclusions with any symbols, make sure you look at all the other lines and the shape of the hand and compare what's going on overall in the hand. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to doing more videos for you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.